गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. There are two words which came yesterday in Bhagavad: Dukkha Nivritti, Sukha Prapti. Removal of miseries and attainment of happiness. Just as we expect something in the future without knowing how it is going to be, what the result is going to be. It's an unknown. Tomorrow is unknown. Next 5 minutes are unknown. Yet we trust, yet we have faith that it is going to come, that that the next moment is going to arrive. We have full faith in it, isn't it? Even though we don't know, yet we are available to it, we are open to it. See, if that is the case, why, when the scriptures tell us again and again, masters scream at the top of their voice again and again, wake up to this reality that till now, from childhood till this moment, O seeker, O seeker, till now you have never had the happiness that you are seeking from the objects of the world. You have been searching for it in the world, you have been running after the world, you have been achieving some joy or happiness, but it is temporary, but it is not lasting, and that joy and happiness which you get from pursuing the world is minuscule compared to the bliss of sleep. And this we all agree, this is the data that we have available with us. So, in spite of all the joys in the world, still we choose to allow our mind to be absorbed into nothingness, and that first I told you that we don't know what is in the future, yet we expect it, yet we have faith that it is going to be there. We don't know what sleep is. It is a nothing. It is not an object to be experienced, yet you surrender to it. Just like you surrendered to the future, here you are surrendering to the sleep also. Then why we make it an impossibility for ourselves? We have the data. Why do we not make it possible for ourselves to surrender to someone who is behind the senses? Oh, but I don't know the mind, I have not seen the mind. But we accept it, it is there. We accept it, it is there. Then why not we deal with it? Why not we live with it? Why not we synchronize it? As much time we spend trying to do the interior decoration of our house, as much time we spend for doing decoration of our body with clothes, with makeup, with oil, with hair, ba- hair styling, dadi styling. See, how much time we spend in that? How much time have we spent trying to straighten the mind? Our Swamiji says, don't try to straighten the body, straighten the mind. Don't twist the body, straighten the mind. And what is so? Yes, when we come to satsang, when we come to meditation, when we do some japa, when we are thinking about the divine theme, yes, that is the environment in which the mind will get straightened up. Straightened up means it starts, the number of thoughts erupting in the mind, they reduce. The quality of the thoughts, from the worldly thoughts, it becomes the divine thoughts or the self-contemplative thoughts. And the direction of the mind, instead of going outwards, it goes inwards. Now these are the three conditionings. When this happens, mind is straightened up. See? But just as yesterday we saw, just as the speech, hands, legs, anus, genitals, the eyes, ears, nose, tongue and skin, who are they working for? They are working for the mind. They don't have any purpose for themselves. Eyes don't see for themselves, they see it for the mind. Mind then takes that data and sorts it out. Mind doesn't work. Well, we will take mind and intellect as one here. So mind thinks thoughts. Does mind think thoughts for itself or for someone else? Is the mind thinking the thoughts for the sake of the organs of action? Is the mind thinking thoughts for the sake of the senses? Is the mind thinking thoughts for the sake of the world? Or is the mind thinking thoughts for the self, for the individual, for the ego, for the jiva, for the I, whichever way you put it? So mind is not thinking for itself. It is his job, yes, but its job is manifestation of thoughts and unmanifestation of thoughts. For whose sake? Not for its own sake, for the sake of the I. Just as we have not seen the I, have seen the mind, yet we accept there is a mind. Similarly, we must accept that we are the individual, that we are the living organism. There is life expressing through this equipment. Don't consider yourself to be the equipment. You are the one who's functioning through the equipment. But we have made a mistake of thinking that we are the equipment. I am the mind, I am the intellect. This is what my swabhav is. This is what my personality is. I am rich, I am poor, I am old, I am young. I am smart, I am dull. I am a seeker, I am not a seeker. It is difficult, it is easy. We have accepted these conclusions or these ideas of the mind, and we have identified with it, and we are thinking, I am so and so. So take a chill pill and very gently, coolly, without too much rush or urgency, in a cool frame of mind, think, who is the one for whom all these faculties are functioning for? What is that which, if not there, these faculties will stop functioning? Who is that? That is your essence. That, what is that without which the sun will not be a sun? If there is no heat and there is no light, both are one and the same basically, sun will not be a sun. So what is that? If taken out, you will not be you. See? So what is that principle because of which the intellect is functioning, the mind is functioning, the breath is functioning, the body is, the senses are functioning, the organs of actions are functioning, and they even continue to function even in deep sleep when you are not available to yourself? What is that? So bring your attention, even as I'm speaking, your attention should be on that principle because of which right now listening is going on or seeing is going on. So your attention must be on that principle, that I am that. Yes, the thought may be in the mind, I am that. This is erupting in your mind. But who is illuminating that? In whose presence this thought, this conclusion came when the question was asked, and the thought came, I am that. So do a fine, with a cool head, do the dissection, fall back into your own self, the life principle, or the I, whichever way. Find out your own way. The idea, the thought here is not to get lost in the equipments, because equipments are functioning because of some cause. Just like this computer and this phone, they are functioning because there is electricity. If there is no electricity and power, it cannot function. So what is that which is empowering body, breath, mind, intellect in order for them to function, in order for them to express? What is that in whose presence, by whose power the mind is able to oscillate between waking, dream and deep sleep every day? What is that? It is not some principle, it is not something which is outside of you. It is you alone. It is the self alone. It is the life principle alone. So let's make an attempt to come back, to allow the mind to contemplate on this one. And while the contemplation is going on in the mind, your attention must be, the contemplation is also being illumined by me. This should be your disposition. Contemplation must happen. Inward journey in the mind of the thoughts must take place. But our disposition should be that even this journey is always in the mind. Movement is always in the mind. Self doesn't move anywhere. Atma doesn't move anywhere. So this movement which is being observed by an observer. That observer is my true nature. If you can catch it, you can't catch it. Mind cannot catch it. The moment we become available, the observer, attention goes to the observer. That very moment, just like the mind gets absorbed into the sleep and you are in deep sleep, same way, the moment mind becomes, even for 1 or 2 seconds, it becomes completely available to the observer, to the witness, to the presence. That very moment, the mind will stop and you are in meditation. Important thing is, don't allow your mind to go to sleep at that moment. That's all. That's the only precaution. So, keeping your back, neck and head in a straight line, a relaxed disposition, a happy disposition. It is not a serious adventure you are going on, it's a happy journey. We begin.